Mombasa County Director of Education Peter Magiri has announced that they were depending on the private schools to ensure the 100% transition policy by the government is achieved. However, noting this, he said they will not compromise on quality of education in approving private schools to offer junior secondary school.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
He said the Ministry of Education has rolled out a national-wide inspection of primary schools to ascertain their preparedness to host junior secondary school pupils. The ministry will be checking on qualification of teachers, school enrollment and facilities before permitting any institution to admit pupils for grade 7. The Education Ministry last week issued an assessment tool to be used to vet the criteria of schools that will be allowed to offer junior secondary school.
There is an assessment tool that has been issued by the Cabinet Secretary through the Department of Quality Assurance. It's the one that we are administering. And we are going to visit every school. The officers will go to the school in person. They will capture all the relevant details that are required. Key of them being one is the enrollment of that school. The schools that have an enrollment that is coming down or going down and maybe did not have a candidature of 45 students in Kipsea may not be, or is one of the schools that is not likely to be recommended, depending on, of course, the other parameters that we will be looking at.
Last year, the government embarked on the construction of 10,000 new classrooms at secondary schools, as initial proposals were for the junior secondary schools to be domiciled in secondary school. The government, however, announced that the classrooms will be used by secondary schoolers and will ease the burden of transition to senior secondary school. Mombasa County has 97 public primary schools with a number of private schools exceeding 400, but only 280 were registered as examination centers during the inaugural Kipsea national exams. In Mombasa County, a total of 12,592 sat for the exams in public primary schools, with about 22,000 sitting for the exams in private schools. Magiri said that some of the schools which might fail to meet the set conditions will be converted into feeder schools so long as they fall within the proximity of 2 kilometers from an approved school.
We will be assessing both public and primary and public and private schools. We will rely also so much on private schools because of the 100% transition. But we will not approve a school because we also need the numbers. It is the school that will meet the laid down criteria, because we also want to ensure that there is quality teaching. We will also be keen on private schools, especially on the teaching staff. So if they don't have qualified teachers, then we will also not, they will also not be approved.
He also raised concern with the low enrollment rates in public primary schools in Vita sub-county, a situation he attributed to the construction of more public schools in other sub-counties in Mombasa through the help of the National Government Constituency Development Fund, and thus parents were not bringing their children to learn in Vita.
Wazazi tunawaomba wangoje kabla ya kukimbilia, kwa sababu vile nilisema kuna wale private investors, na unajua hata wao wako kwa biashara, kwa hiyo wanakimbilia. Na unajua mzazi, mwalimu akinunua uniform tayari akiambiwa aende shule nyingine ataanza kuongea mambo ya hii uniform. Kwa hivyo kwa wiki mbili zijazo tutakuwa tumetoa mwongozo.
On the aspect of primary schools sharing buildings and compounds, Magiri said that the government was looking into possibility of merging them so that one is used as a primary school and the other used for junior secondary school. The schools, he said, can be able to share facilities, including teachers. Samson Jura for Ebru News.